The hero died, and I let him go. I used to believe that I could save them all. I used to stand tall every time they called. I bled for the people who smiled in my face, then turned their backs when I needed them the most. I carried the weight, I fought through the fire. I gave them my light while they called me a liar. I kept on believing, I kept on the fight, until the day they left me to die in the night. I used to be the one they looked up to. Now I'm the one they're running from. The hero died, I watched him fade. I buried him deep in the mess that they made. The hero died, and I let him go, 'cause holding on was killing me slow. The hero died, and something else woke, something darker that they never spoke. The hero died, and I don't miss him, 'cause he was the reason I kept getting hit. They said I was hope, they said I was light, but hope doesn't save you when you're losing the fight. I reached out my hand and they pulled me apart, then had the nerve to say I had a cold heart. I tried to forgive, I tried to forget, but every scar on me remembers the dead. So I stopped being kind, I stopped being weak, I started becoming the thing that they feared. I used to pray that I'd stay the same. Now I pray that I never feel that pain again. The hero died, I watched him fade. I buried him deep in the mess that they made. The hero died, and I let him go, 'cause holding on was killing me slow. The hero died, and something else woke, something darker that they never spoke. The hero died, and I don't miss him, 'cause he was the reason I kept getting hit. They wanted a hero who would never break. They wanted a martyr they could watch and take. But I got tired of dying for their sins, so I killed the hero that lived within. The hero died, and I took his place. I wear his face, but with colder grace. The hero died, and I'm what remains, a shadow wearing a dead man's name. The hero died, and I'm finally free from the lies that he used to believe. The hero died, and I'm not going back. This is who I am now, and that's a fact. Yeah, the hero died, and I let him. I saved them all, and look where it got me. I pulled them out of the fire, I carried them through the storm. I gave them my back when the whole world turned warm. I bled in the shadows so they could live in the light. I fought every battle so they could sleep at night. I lost friends, I lost time, I lost pieces of me. I gave them my future so they could be free. And when it was over, when the war finally died, I turned around hoping someone would stand by my side. But the streets were empty, the cheers were gone. I was left there bleeding, and they all moved on. I saved them all, but who saved me? used to call me hero, they used to call me light. They used to say I was the reason they survived the night. But the moment I needed someone to reach out a hand, suddenly nobody remembered who I am. I watched them rebuild while I fell apart. I watched them move forward while I stayed in the dark. And the worst part is they still call me a friend, but only when they need me to save them again. I used to believe that sacrifice meant something. Now I know it just means you end up with nothing. I saved them all, but who saved me? I gave them my everything. They gave me that back, you see. I saved them all, I carried the weight. But when I started falling, they all looked away. I saved them all, and now I'm the one who's lost. I saved them all, and they don't even care what it cost. I don't hate them, I just finally see that heroes are only heroes when they're useful, not when they bleed. So maybe it's time I stop being the shield and start being the one who makes them kneel. I saved them all, but I won't save them again. I saved them all, now I'm becoming what they fear in the end. I saved them all, and this is what I learned, that the people you save are the first ones to watch you burn. I saved them all, and look where it got me. I used to believe that justice would win. I used to think good would beat evil in the end. But I watched the guilty walk free with a smile, while the innocent suffered for a long, long while. I followed the rules, I played by the book. I gave them my trust, they gave me a hook. Now I'm done waiting for some higher power. I'll be the storm, I'll be the final hour. They said have faith, they said be patient. I'm done being patient with a broken system. I am my own justice now. I don't need your laws, I don't need your crown. I am my own justice now. I'll take what I'm owed, I'll bring it all down. I am my own justice, I make the rules, I decide who pays, I decide who loses. I am my own justice, and I won't be kind. This time I'm taking back what's mine. I used to arrest them, I used to bring them in. Now I look at them and I see my own sin. They smiled in my face while they took everything, so I smile back while I watch them scream. I don't need a badge, I don't need a name, I don't need permission to bring the pain. You wanted a hero, well the hero is dead. Now you're dealing with the monster instead. You created this, you pushed me too far. Now I'm not the man that you knew anymore. I am my own justice now. I don't need your laws, I don't need your crown. I am my own justice now. I'll take what I'm owed, I'll bring it all down. tried to be fair, but fair doesn't work when the world doesn't care. So I'll become the thing that they fear in the night, and I'll make damn sure that they pay for their crimes. I am my own justice now, my own justice now. No more waiting, no more bowing down. I am my own justice now, my own justice now. I'll burn it all if I have to take back my crown. I am my own justice, 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 justice. And I like how it feels. I am my own justice. This is finally real. Yeah. No more heroes, no more justice, just me. I told myself this was only temporary, just long enough to make them all pay. I said I'd start once the damage was done, but the more that I did it, the less I wanted to run. At first it felt heavy, at first it felt wrong, but the silence after felt peaceful and calm. I started sleeping deeper than I did before, when I stopped holding back and just gave them war. I keep telling myself this isn't who I am, but every time I say it, it sounds like a lie again. It feels right when I stop holding back. It feels right when I let the anger attack. It feels right when I don't have to explain. It feels right when I stop playing their game. I don't know when it happened, but somewhere along the way, the thing I was fighting started feeling like home to stay. I used to flinch every time I crossed the line. Now I walk over it like it was never mine. I used to wonder if I was going too far. Now I wonder why I waited so long to start. They say I've changed and maybe they're right, but I don't feel lost, I just feel alive. The more that I take, the more that I see that maybe this version was always inside of me. I keep waiting for the guilt to come back, but it's been quiet for a while now, and that's a fact. It feels right when I stop holding back. It feels right when I let the anger attack. It feels right when I don't have to explain. It feels right when I stop playing their game. I don't know when it happened, but somewhere along the way, the thing I was fighting started feeling like home to stay. I'm not saying this is good, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's starting to feel like the only thing that feels right. Or maybe that's the part that should scare me the most, but right now it doesn't, and that's what scares me the most. It feels right when the lights start to fade. I know what I am, and for the first time in a long time, I don't problem. I told myself I'd only go after the ones who hurt me. I told myself I'd keep the people I loved clean. I drew a line in the sand and swore I wouldn't cross it. But lines get blurry when you've been bleeding long enough to forget it. I started seeing enemies in every face, even the ones who used to feel like safe space. I told myself it was for protection, but somewhere along the way I lost the distinction. I never wanted you to see this side of me, but here we are, and I can't make it disappear. Even you, I ended up hurting. Even you, the one person I swore I would never put through. Even you, and I don't know how to take it back. Even you, and that's the part that's breaking me in half. I never wanted this to reach you, but I was already too far gone. When I reached for you, you looked at me like I was still the man you knew, but that meant that the day I stopped trying to be good. You tried to pull me back, you tried to understand, but I was already shaking blood from my hands. I told you to stay away, I told you to run, but you kept believing there was still someone. And maybe that's why it hurts even more, because you were the last thing I didn't want to destroy. I can see the fear in your eyes when you look at me now, and I hate that I'm the reason it's there somehow. Even you, I ended up hurting. Even you, the one person I swore I would never put through. Even you, and I don't know how to take it back. Even you, and that's the part that's breaking me in half. I never wanted this to reach you, but I was already too far gone. When I reached for you, I used to fight for people like you. Now I'm the reason you're scared too. I don't know when I crossed the final line, but I know there's no going back this time. Even you, and I can't fix what I've done. Even you, and I'm the one who took the sun. Even you, I finally see how far I've gone. Even you, and I don't think I can come back from. Yeah, even you. That's when I knew there was no going back. I used to wake up every morning with a war in my head, telling myself I could still be good instead. I used to fight the thoughts when they started to win. I used to pray that the darkness wouldn't pull me in. Yeah. But every time I pushed it down, it came back twice as strong. Every time I tried to right my wrongs, I did something worse all along. So I stopped lighting candles in rooms that were already burned, and I started getting comfortable with everything I earned. I used to beg for mercy from a version of me that's gone. Now I don't even flinch when the evil comes on. I stop fighting, I let it take what it wanted to take. I stop fighting, I let the darkness fix what the light couldn't break. I stop fighting, and for the first time in a long, long time, I'm stopping. and I don't feel shame. I used to apologize for the things that I did. Now I look at the damage and I'm glad that I did. They wanted a hero who would never lose control, but control was the first thing they took when they stole my soul. So I stopped playing by rules that were written to break me, and I started becoming the thing that would make them hate me. I used to dream about redemption like it was something I could earn. Now I don't even want it, I just want what I deserve. I stopped fighting, I let it take what it wanted to take. I stopped fighting, I let the darkness fix what the light couldn't break. I stopped fighting, and for the first time in a long, long time, I stopped fighting, and I finally felt like the fight was mine. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's good, I'm just saying I'm tired of bleeding for things that I should. I'm not looking for peace, I'm not looking for light, I'm just done pretending that I still wanna fight. I stopped fighting, I stopped fighting, and the noise in my head finally went quiet. I stopped fighting, stop fighting, and maybe that's the part that's sad, but I stopped fighting, and for once I don't feel bad. Yeah. I stopped fighting, and I'm still here. That's all that matters now. I spent too long trying to fit in their frame, too long playing by rules that were made to break me. They wanted a hero who would stay in his lane, but I burned that lane down, and I'm done with their game. I don't need their approval, I don't need their praise, I don't need their version of what's good and what's safe. I've seen what their justice looks like up close, and I'd rather burn it all down than live by their code. They had their chance to make this world right. Now I'm done waiting, I'm done with the fight. I'm building something that belongs to me, and this time I'm writing the rules you see. This is my world now, I don't care if you like it or not. This is my world now, decide what's allowed and what's not. This is my world now, you can kneel or you can get out the way. This is my world now, and I'm done letting anyone take it away. Take it away. Take it away. Yeah. I used to dream about changing their system from inside. Now I see the system was never on my side, so I stopped trying to fix what was built to erase me, and I started creating something that finally pays me. They can call it evil, they can call it wrong, I don't need their approval to be this strong. I've seen what happens when you play by their rules. You end up broken, used up, and used as their tool. I'm not asking for permission anymore, I'm not knocking on any more doors. I'm building something they can't take from me, and this time I'm doing it my way. You see, this is my world now, I don't care if you like it or not. This is my world now, I decide what's allowed and what's not. This is my world now, you can kneel or you can get out the way. This is my world now, and I'm done letting anyone take it away. They wanted a hero who would save their world, but the world was never worth saving. So I stopped trying to be what they needed, and I started becoming what they're fearing. This is my world now, this is my world now. No more compromises, no more bowing down. This is if you don't like it, you can burn with the rest of them. I finally got everything I wanted, the power, the fear, the respect that I hunted. I built it all from the ground with my hands. Now I'm sitting on top, but I don't understand why it feels so quiet when the room is full, while the people around me feel so damn cold. I used to think winning would feel like a win, but now that I'm here it just feels like the end. I thought I'd feel something when I reach the top, but all I feel is the distance that I bought. The throne is cold, even when it's mine. The throne is cold, even when I shine. I got everything I fought for, everything I bled, but the higher I climbed, the more alone I get. The throne is cold, and I can't pretend that this is what I wanted when I started. In the end, the throne is cold, but I'm still sitting here, because going back down would hurt even more than staying here. I used to have people who believed in my name, now they only come around when they want something to gain. I used to have someone who would look in my eyes, now I only see fear when I look in their eyes. I told myself power would make me feel whole, but power just made me harder to hold. And the ones who stayed, I pushed them away, because I didn't know how to let anyone stay. I thought I'd feel free when I finally won, but freedom just feels like another cage. I'm stuck in. The throne is cold, even when it's mine. Throne is cold, even when I shine. I got everything I fought for, everything I bled, but the higher I climb, the more alone I get. The throne is cold, and I can't pretend that this is what I wanted when I started. In the end, the throne is cold, but I'm still sitting here, because going back down would hurt even more than staying here. I don't regret it, I don't wanna go back, but I finally understand what I gave up for that. I gave up the warmth, I gave up the light, and now I'm the king of a kingdom made of ice. The throne is cold, but it's the only thing that feels like home. The throne is cold, and I don't think I'll ever feel warm. But I'll keep sitting here, because at least up here I don't have to pretend to care. The throne is cold, but it's mine. And I'm not coming down. I used to wake up with fire in my chest. Now I wake up and I don't feel anything left. I used to get angry, I used to get sad. Now I just sit here and I don't feel bad. I used to care when people call me a monster. Now I don't even blink when they call me one. I used to wonder if I went too far. Now I don't even know where the line was. I keep waiting for something to hit me, but nothing ever does, and that's starting to scare me. I feel nothing, not even when I win. I feel nothing, not even when I sin. I feel nothing, when they scream, when they cry. I feel nothing, and I don't even know why. I feel nothing, and maybe that's the worst part. I feel nothing, but I don't even have the heart. I used to feel guilty when I crossed the line. Now I cross it and I don't even notice the time. I used to feel something when I hurt someone close. Now I do it and I don't even feel the ghost. People say I've changed, but I don't even see it. I don't even remember who I was before this. I don't feel love, I don't feel hate, I don't feel anything when it's already too late. I keep trying to feel something, anything at all, but the more I try, the more nothing answers my call. I feel nothing, not even when I win. I feel nothing, not even when I sin. I feel nothing, when they scream, when they cry. I feel nothing, and I don't even know why. I feel nothing, and maybe that's the worst part. I feel nothing, but I don't even have the heart. I thought power would make me feel alive, but all it did was make everything die inside. I thought revenge would bring me some peace, but now I can't even feel the release. I feel nothing, feel nothing, not even when I should. Feel nothing, and I probably never will. Feel nothing, and I don't know what that means. I feel nothing, but at least I'm not in pain. I feel nothing, and the scary part is, I think I'm okay with that. I used to look in the mirror and see someone I knew. Now I look and I don't even flinch at the view. I used to feel something when I crossed the line. Now I cross it and I don't even notice the time. I used to have nights where I couldn't sleep. Now I sleep just fine while the bodies are deep. I used to wonder if I still had a soul. Now I don't even check, I don't even wanna know. I used to fight it, I used to resist. Now I don't even remember what I was trying to fix. I'm not human anymore. I don't feel the things I felt before. I'm not human anymore. I don't even know what I'm fighting for. I'm not human anymore, and I don't think I wanna be. I'm not human anymore. This is what's left of me. I used to care when people called me a name. Now I wear every name like it's part of the game. I used to hesitate when I had to decide. Now I choose the worst option and I don't even try. I used to think there was still something good. Now I look at the damage and I don't think I could go back to who I was, even if I wanted to, because that person is gone and I don't miss him too. I used to hope that one day I'd feel again. Now I hope that I never have to pretend I'm not human anymore. I don't feel the things I felt before. I'm not saying it's good, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I stopped trying to fight. The thing that I became is the only thing I know, and I don't think I can ever let it go. I'm not human anymore, and I stopped trying to be. I used to run from the things that I did. I used to hide from the monster I hid. I used to pretend that I still had a soul, but souls don't survive when you give up control. I used to flinch when they called me a name. Now I wear every name like it's part of the game. I used to wonder if I could go back. Now I don't even want to, and that's a fact. I stopped trying to be what they wanted to see. I stopped trying to be anything but me. I became the monster, and I'm not running anymore. I became the monster, and I'm not sorry for what I'm for. I became the monster, and I like how it feels. I became the monster, and I don't need to heal. I became the monster, and I'm done with the fight. I became the monster, and I'm sleeping just fine at night. I used to think being good was the goal. Now I see being good was just another hole. They wanted a hero who would always play fair, but fair doesn't work when the world doesn't care. So I stopped being fair, I stopped being kind, I stopped being anything they could ever define. I let the darkness in, I let it take the wheel, and for the first time I finally started to feel. I stopped fighting what I was meant to be, and the moment I did, I finally felt free. I became the monster, and I'm not running anymore. I became the monster, and I'm not sorry for what I'm for. I became the monster, and I like how it feels. I became the monster, and I don't need to heal. I became the monster, and I'm done with the fight. I became the monster, and I'm sleeping just fine at night. I'm not the hero, I'm not the victim, I'm not the one they can fix. I'm the thing that goes bump in the night when the lights go out and it clicks. I'm not looking for redemption, I'm not looking for grace. I'm just finally okay with the monster that lives in my place. I became the monster, I became the monster, and I don't wanna be anything else. I became the monster, I became the monster, and I'm finally being myself. I became the monster, and I like what I see. I became the monster, and I'm finally free. Yeah, I became the monster, and I'm not going back. I look in the mirror and I don't flinch anymore. The face looking back doesn't feel like before. There's something missing in the eyes, something cold, something that wasn't there when I was still whole. I move through the days like I'm already gone. I speak like a stranger wearing skin that I own. People look at me and they see what I've done, but I look at myself and I don't see anyone. I keep searching for something familiar inside, but everything that was human has already died. I don't recognize me. I don't know who this is staring back. I don't recognize me. I don't even react to the things that I lack. I don't recognize me, and I don't think I want to anymore. I don't recognize me. This is who I am now, and that's what I'm for. I used to feel something when I crossed the line. Now I cross it and I don't even notice the time. I used to hesitate when I had to decide. Now I choose the worst option and I don't even try. People say I've changed like it's something brand new, but I've been gone for so long I don't know what they're talking about. The version of me that they're trying to find has been buried so deep that he's never coming out. I keep waiting to feel something break in my chest, but nothing ever does, and I'm starting to accept I don't recognize me. I don't know who this is staring back. I don't recognize me. I don't even react to the things that I lack. I don't recognize me, and I don't think I want to anymore. I don't recognize me. This is who I am now, and that's what I'm for. I'm not looking for pity, I'm not looking for blame. I'm just telling the truth when I say I'm not the same. There's no going back to who I was before, because that person doesn't live here anymore. I don't recognize me. I don't recognize me. And I've stopped trying to find what's left. I don't recognize me. I don't recognize me. And I don't even know if that's for the best. I don't recognize me, but I'm still standing here. I don't recognize me, and I don't live in fear. I think I'm okay with that. They used to look at me like I was their last hope. Now they look away when I walk through the door. They used to say my name like it meant something good. Now they whisper it like it's something they shouldn't. I see it in their eyes when I enter the room, that quiet little fear that fills up the gloom. They don't say it out loud, but I know what they think. They're wondering if today is the day that I sink. They used to trust me, they used to believe. Now they just pray that I'm not looking at them when I leave. They're afraid of me now, I can see it when they talk. They're afraid of me now, they don't even try to walk. They're afraid of me now, and I don't even have to try. They're afraid of me now, and I don't even have to lie. They're afraid of me now, and I like how it sounds. They're afraid of me now, when I'm not even around. They used to come to me when they needed help. Now they cross the street when they see me by myself. They used to smile when they said my name. Now they hold their breath like it's some kind of game. I don't even have to raise my voice anymore. One look is enough to clear out the floor. They don't ask questions, they don't want the truth. They just want to survive when I enter the room. They used to think I was someone they could save. Now they know I'm the one who digs the grave. They're afraid of me now. I can see it when they talk. They're afraid of me now. They don't even try to walk. They're afraid of me now, and I don't even have to try. They're afraid of me now, and I don't even have to lie. They're afraid of me now, and I like how it sounds. They're afraid of me now, when I'm not even around. I didn't want this at first, I didn't ask for the fear. But now that it's here, it's the only thing that feels clear. They used to love me, now they just wanna survive. And I don't even blame them. I wouldn't trust me either if I were them. They're afraid of me now, and I don't think I want it to stop. They're afraid of me now, they're afraid of me now. It's the only thing that feels like it's mine. They're afraid of me now, maybe that's enough. They're afraid of me now, and I don't need their love. Yeah. They're afraid of me now, and I'm okay with that. I don't hate them, I don't like them either. They're just something I move when I need to. Some are useful for a little while, some break the second I put pressure on the tile. I don't get attached, I don't get involved. I just watch how they move and see what gets solved. If they're strong, I use them until they bend. If they're weak, I remove them before they end. I don't feel anything when they fall apart. That's just how the game works from the start. They're just pieces on the board that I play. Some get moved forward, some get thrown away. They're just pieces, they don't have a name. They're just pieces, and they all end the same. They're just pieces, and I don't lose sleep. They're just pieces, and I don't even need to speak. They think they matter, they think they're unique. They think their choices are the ones that speak. But from where I'm standing, they all look the same. Just another body that can be replaced in the game. Some cry when they lose, some beg when they break. Some still believe there's a choice they can make. I don't argue with them, I don't even explain. I just move to the next one and do it again. I don't feel guilt when I have to decide. That's just the cost of staying alive. They're just pieces on the board that I play. Some get moved forward, some get thrown away. Just pieces, they don't have a name. They're just pieces, and they all end the same. They're just pieces, and I don't lose sleep. They're just pieces, and I don't even need to speak. I used to think people were more than this. Now I see the truth and I don't even miss the version of me that still tried to believe that anyone was different from the rest of the pieces. And I stopped pretending that they're not. Oh, they're just pieces. They're just pieces. And I moved them until they ride. They're just pieces, and that's all they'll ever be. They're just pieces, and that's all I used to lie to myself every night. Told myself I could still make it right. Told myself this was just for a while. Told myself I'd go back with a smile. But every time I try to turn around, the darkness just pulled me further down. So I stopped fighting, I stopped pretending, I stopped looking for a happy ending. I don't need forgiveness anymore. I don't need to settle the score. I just need to say it out loud. This is who I am now. This is the end of who I used to be. This is the end of trying to be free. This is the end of all the lies I told. This is the end, and I'm not even cold. I used to dream about being redeemed. Used to think I could still be clean, but every dream just turned to dust. Every version of me got crushed. So I stopped dreaming, I stopped hoping, I stopped looking for a way to cope. I just accepted what I've become, and for the first time I feel numb. I don't need your judgment anymore. I don't need to even the score. I just need to say it clear. This is who I am right here. This is the end of who I used to be. This is the end of trying to be free. This is the end of all the lies I told. This is the end, and I'm not even cold. I'm not the hero, I'm not the victim. I'm not the one who needs your wisdom. I'm just a man who stopped pretending that there was still a happy ending. Happy ending, happy ending. This is the end. This is the end. No more masks, no more pretend. This is the end. I don't need saving. I don't need to mend. This is the end, and I'm at peace with it. This is the end, and I don't need to quit. This is the end, and I'm finally free, because I stopped trying to be anything but me. This is the end, and I'm good with that.